All right, welcome to your weekly edition of the Freeform Rock Podcast on YouTube. You and Tube and you, or
My tube?
your Tube?
Ooh.
Yeah, your Tube. Did you get your colonic?
I was gonna say, back when I was in the hospital, I couldn't run away whenever they tried to give me my tube because I was in bed.
Dang. Hey, with this new chair, you could see my head now. Because I used to have it lower.
I could see it before.
Yeah, but you couldn't see my World Series championship Dodger hat.
Your Donder head?
My Dodger hat, World Series champs 2020.
Your hat.
World Series championship, baby. I pushed it back a half hour because they were giving out the rings today at the stadium, and 15,000 people were there. The fans are back, baby.
Were they giving away free hot dogs or something?
No, it's the world. They were giving out the rings.
Oh, back in
they were huge. They were like that size, dude.
Back when I lived in California in San Francisco, whenever there was like some sort of a weird like game that someone won, they had people giving away free hot dogs as a way to commemorate that they won. You know,
that's because the fans up in San Francisco needed fans.
Yeah, okay.
Because the Dodgers always lead the league in attendance, even if we suck. Fans are still there because we're good fans. We're not these fans like those Angel fans down the 5 freeway that freaking abandoned their team after years of not getting into the playoffs. Don't even show up.
Oh, so that's why they gave away hot dogs to bribe people to come back.
Yep.
Well, I got a hot dog and I wasn't even a fan, so there.
All right, well, let's get to the music, man. Hey, before we get into there, I'll show off my new items I got. I got 1976 Leonard Skinner live in Nebworth.
I haven't heard much of. I mean, I've heard of it. I'm assuming it's supposed to be good.
I heard they blew away the Rolling Stones on this day.
I'll have to listen to that and see, because I've heard some of Leonard Skinner with Johnny Van Zant, and they were pretty good. So they might have been really good with
come on,
Ronnie Van Zant.
Ronnie's the best, man.
Yeah.
This is and it has the documentary If I Leave Here Tomorrow, which is really good. I've seen it before, a Blu-ray.
Oh, well, that's a good deal in order to have that too.
And plus the Blu-ray of the concert plus the audio of the concert on CD.
How much was it? About
$21.
That's reasonable.
It comes with a Blu-ray and a concert, man. And then I got
that's actually pretty reasonable.
And then I got Dokken 2.0 new album, The End Machine, Phase 2.
How much was that?
$18.
At least it wasn't 1801.
It's 2 LPs. So
if you're happy with it, then that's fine.
I thought you liked Robert Mason. He's the vocalist.
I wouldn't pay 18 for it.
Well, it's vinyl.
I paid $5 for it.
I could have got it on CD for $9.99, but I get
that
this.
Would have been better. I mean, I would have done that.
But I get this and a digital copy. I can't play CDs in my car anyways. But this is going to go straight to my iTunes, so I can play.
Well, then, okay. I hear you.
All right, man. So I got a little discussion I want to talk to you about and see what your opinion is on it, because I read that Robin Zander of Cheap Trick, he said that Paul Stanley about his stance on not making new music with Kiss is kind of silly. He says, because if you're a band and you don't make new music, you might as well just retire. What do you think about, because Paul Stanley says, oh, people don't want to hear new music anymore. They just want to hear the hits. You know, fuck you, Paul Stanley. Some of my favorite bands make the best records of their career now. You know,
I would have to say I would have to say I don't necessarily think that they have to quit, but I do think that they should just shut up. That if they still want to be selling merch and having commercials out, do that. But I would say doing these Dubai concert things and just churning out stuff like that, I think I think that if they wanted to do a Dubai concert, sell it for $5 on pay-per-view and have the tickets be $5 for the people who have to pay a lot of money to go in the hotel. I I I know what Robin Zander means. I do think that for other reasons, Kiss ought to call it a day. Not necessarily because they aren't making new music, which in itself I do think they should, but I think that they are milking the money from the fans, and that's why I think that they ought to stop. If they were like the Rolling Stones, who haven't really, they sometimes come out with stuff, but when they aren't coming out with stuff, they're not trying to milk the fans with anything. They're just, people have to wait until they do the new thing. So I think that it's in, well, in most bands' cases, I would say whether they put out new music or not shouldn't be why they stop. But in Kiss's case, I would say, yeah, okay, yeah, I do agree there. That I think that they I wasn't even really a big fan of Monster. I don't hate it, but I don't think it was a good Kiss album. And I think that they ought to either do new music that sounds more like Sonic Boom, or they should have me write all of the songs for them.
Well, Paul could sing in your key now.
Unfortunately,
it's like
the key of Burke.
Yeah, but Cheap Trick's new album came out today, and the thing is, I don't have it, but I'll have it digitally because I bought the vinyl. And there's like, but the vinyl doesn't come out to June, and I'm like, fuck, everybody's getting a new CD of the Cheap Trick album, but the vinyl I pre-ordered doesn't come out to June. I was so depressed, but I could still listen to it. But I wanted to hear the vinyl so badly. But yeah, and then everybody's saying, I've heard a couple songs off it, and they get better. Cheap Trick is just, I've seen them live lately, and they are just as good as they were back in the 70s. It's like there's no letdown from them. And they don't use the pyrotechnics. They just play, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you get up there and you have fucking Paul Stanley trying to do and it's like it's like, dude, stop.
Did you see that scene where they were on the cruise and they were doing like an old blues tune, and Paul was trying to sing it and Gene was saying, "You're going to ruin your voice."
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
Paul didn't even care.
He had vocal surgery, and you're supposed to wait a year before you sing again. He went out 2 months later. And now his voice is beyond repair. You know, he should have listened to the doctor, but the greed, the money gets them.
He could do an album called Beyond Repair.
I'm just saying, they're multi-millionaires. Why do they have to force themselves to go out? Why couldn't he just take a break? It's like, dude, you guys have money. Why do you have to keep bringing in the cash, man? It's like, you're never going to spend all that.
To do something. Some people have a mental state of mind where if they aren't doing something work-wise, regardless of whether or not there's money involved, they go nuts. They're like, some people worked like maybe 14 hours a day 6 days a week. And on Sunday, they might use that day to sleep. But they pretty much had almost no time to themselves. And then when they get a chance to have a vacation and they have a little money and they're able to just relax, they get edgy. They're like, I was off and I didn't know what the fuck to do. I almost went nuts. It's like some people are built for work and to be busy. Me, I'm not. The more time that I have to not do anything, the better. But if I have to do work, I can, and I can do it well. But I'm not someone who's going to cry and bitch because I don't have any work. And Paul might be one of the ones who, if he doesn't have something to do, he has to make something to do.
I'm just saying, man, I've been off for over a year from work, and I'm going to be mandatorily called back because Disneyland's finally opening. I'm like, don't want to go back to work. Don't want to. I like my job, but the thing is, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think my location's going to be open yet till probably around June 15th. So I'm going to be sitting there cleaning and getting the locations ready. And it's like, oh God, I got bad fucking shoulders. I got a swollen disc. I got 2 fucking bad knees. And like, man, I just want to go cook. I don't want to sit there and clean, you know? That's all I want to do.
What if you had a job where you were told that you had to clean houses and your job was whatever was on the floor, you got rid of, or if you wanted it, you could take it. And these were all bipolar people who had no idea what they were doing, and they left their loose change and money all over the floor, and they never wanted to pick it up because they thought picking up dirty money was bad. So each house had about at least $500 worth of change and money on the floor, and your job was to pick it up and do with it whatever you wanted. Would you take that job?
I would actually take the money. They pay me to do the job, and then I pick up the money, take it to a bank and give it back to them, because that's fucked up to take their money that's on the floor. And the thing is, I could use a broom and dustpan. The problem with me is I can't get into those little counters and clean on my knees.
Well, what if they said, damn you, why the fuck did you give me back that money? I didn't want it.
Well, then I'll take it.
Okay, yeah. It's kind of like, we're not talking about normal people. We're talking about people who think that once the money's on the floor, it's alien money, and it's going to cause them to have mental disturbance because they're listening to phantoms from Russia. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But let's get back to the other subject. But the thing is, Gene Simmons, he did movies. He did his Family Jewels. He did things to keep working. Why couldn't Paul Stanley do that? Why couldn't he do commercials or freaking stuff like that? Does he have to be on stage constantly?
Here's the difference. Gene even said it. He said Paul was more, he wanted to be a rock star. Gene said he didn't really care about whether he was a rock star or not. He just wanted power. He just wanted to be able to do things and to be in control of what he was doing. So with Gene, it was just more the idea of whatever he wanted to do, that was fine. And if it's music, good. If it's something else, good. And with Paul, he basically, I think, just mostly wanted to do music. He's now doing cooking, and some of his recipes sound pretty good, but I haven't tried them yet. But and he also does painting. I'm not a big fan of his painting. I'm not a painter. I don't know how to paint. I do lousy paintings, but I think I could probably do better than him. But the thing is, now, even though this is on topic and not on topic, the Soul Station, even though I liked about 2/3 of it, and some of it I didn't like. I don't think that it's a good career move overall. I think that it's good to get it out of his system, but I would prefer if he did an album that was more regular hard rock. Doesn't have to be Kiss. It could be more like 60s hard rock, English hard rock, the stuff that he liked. Like if you ever heard the Wicked Lester version of Love Her All I Can, you know, I liked that a lot. That was kind of 60-ish, and it had a good progressive kind of a beat. And even though Gene Simmons wrote She with Stephen Cornell back then, the Wicked Lester version is kind of like Jethro Tull and cool. And Paul could probably do something like that. He talked kind and negatively in a joking way about Jefferson Airplane. The point is Jefferson Airplane sometimes could do a good rocking evening. And well, Jimmy Page said something about Jefferson Airplane on an interview. I heard an interview with Jimmy Page, and he said, first, I want to let you all know that I don't go around knocking bands. I don't like to go around saying stuff critical of bands and being on the newspaper saying Jimmy Page said this bad thing about this band. So he said, I want to make that clear. But since you asked me a question and I'm on the radio show, I will answer you. He said, I saw Jefferson Airplane. I was on the bill with them. And first, the bassist came out and just did a solo. And I thought, that's actually kind of interesting. You know, nobody usually just comes out with just the bassist doing a solo. He said, that's cool. I think that's cool. And then he said the rest of the band came out and they were not in tune. They were not in time and they couldn't play well. And he said, wow, this is pretty bad. So that's what he said about them.
Probably because they were all fucking on acid. Thinking the people outside were monsters.
Yeah, either that or they didn't have enough acid and they were afraid that they wouldn't have enough for later.
Oh, man. It's like back to Robin Zander, man. I admire Robin Zander. That guy has taken care of his voice. He still sounds amazing live. And it's like they opened for Foreigner, but I thought Foreigner should open for them. And Foreigner was good with Kelly Hansen, but it's not Lou Gramm. It's not fucking Pete Willis. You know, it's not the Foreigner I know. It's not Lee Greenwood in there.
There's an album that Foreigner did without Lou Gramm, and I've been wanting to hear it. And I don't know if it's any good or not.
It's good.
Okay. Yeah.
It has a song Low Down and Dirty on there. I have it in the box set, and I think I have it on my phone here. Let me find it. I think it's called Dangerous Heat or something. I passed Foreigner.
I downloaded
unusual
I mean, I
heat.
put on my playlist on Spotify, so I do have it. Yeah, but I just haven't heard it yet. But I mean, I might have heard a little bit of it. But
it's a really good
Lou
album.
Gramm's solo work is pretty good.
It's more pop on Lou Gramm's solo album, but it's got some killer riffs layered in it. You know.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
I'm getting to the point now where I can sometimes hear that stuff, and over time, since I'm older now, I can say same thing with Kiss. When the album, sorry, I have to keep swallowing because I have like saliva in my throat. I'm not hesitating because I don't have something to say. I'm hesitating because otherwise you just hear me spit, and that's the only reason why I'm talking so slow.
There's a
But
song for you, Spittle My Spittle.
hey, thank you. But anyway, now it's kind of over with because the spit's gone, or I don't know. But anyway,
It's all over now. Okay.
yeah, it's like with Crazy Nights, when I had gotten all the Kiss albums as much as I could, until when I heard the song Crazy Nights, I was like, no, I'm not getting this. This is not good. I'm like, there's a certain point where if a group, even if you love them and you buy all of their stuff because you're a fan, if they go way, 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 way below the mark to the point where you can't even dig it, you're like, I'm sorry. I can't do it. So that was how I was like, only because I heard that song and then I heard maybe a couple other songs from it that I didn't like at all. And so for a long time, I didn't buy that one. I didn't buy Hot in the Shade. I hadn't even heard anything from Hot in the Shade.
Half of Hot in the Shade is good.
Yeah. Well, what I'm trying to say is, I just thought, well, Kiss is going downhill. So I had gotten all of their stuff up to that point, and then I didn't get anything by Kiss again until they had Psycho Circus, and I got that because Ace was back in the group. I bought it. I was disappointed in it. I can't say I hate the album overall. I mean, I can say that I dislike a lot of it, but there's some stuff that's good. But it was a disappointment compared to the early stuff with them. But at that time, since I was getting into Kiss again, I had a Walkman, and they had cassettes of Crazy Nights and Hot in the Shade and Revenge and Carnival of Souls for only $2 each. I went, well, for $2 I can take a chance, because I mean, hey, instead of buying it for $8 or $10 or whatever, I can at least take a chance in it. So especially at that store, if you bought 3, you got 1 free. So it's like I bought 4 cassettes for $6 in total. That's not a bad deal. So
Yeah.
I bought them, and I thought, you know what? There are some songs on Crazy Nights that I do like. There's some stuff off of Revenge and all these other albums. They're okay. But
yeah, they don't make a complete shit show album. There's at least 1 or 5 songs off an album that's good.
There's always at least one song that's
even
good.
An idiot could stumble on a good song,
yeah. Even an idiot can even write a good song as long as there's someone with a gun to their head saying, you write this song or else,
I'm not saying Kiss is a bunch of idiots. I'm just saying they're overhyped.
No, I know.
It's like, I know when I was a kid, I didn't even know who the fuck Kiss was, but my the lady used to watch me, her son loved Kiss, and they would have this ramp on the freaking on their lawn, and they would jump off the ramp and go, I'm Peter Criss. The other one would jump off, I'm Paul Stanley. Another one would jump off, I'm Gene Simmons. Another one would jump off, I'm Ace Frehley. And I go, who the fuck are they? And then they play Dr. Love, and I go, I like Dr. Love. It's a fucking great jam.
Right
there.
on.
Yeah. I didn't know who they were until my friend, the lady's son told me who Kiss was, and I got into Ace Frehley. It's like fucking Ace. I didn't get into Kiss. I didn't buy any Kiss after that, but I like calling Dr. Love. I love that. That was a good jam. It's still one of my favorites by them.
Yeah. So anyway, that
was actually the first Kiss song I got into.
Yeah. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a moment, but my other thought that I was saying was that when it comes to...
Oh, guess we lost him. Hold on. Go.
All right.
Yeah, sorry guys, we had a technical difficulty with Lee cut out, so we're back.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, the idea is stuff like Foreigner or other groups that I had heard back in the day, and I didn't want to hear their albums only because, there's only so much you can hear. And then after a while, do I keep going with this group who does the same thing? Or do I go with this new group who I now know? The whole thing is now I can listen to some of those other albums that they did, and I can appreciate them better, especially since now that I'm older, and like 1998 doesn't seem like a long time to me. But now, since it's the year 2021, it's 23 years later. It's like I thought, but I remember just yesterday when it was 1998, and they go,
Shit, I was 28 in 1998. Now I'm fucking 50, dude.
yeah,
It does seem like a long
it's
time.
like it just it sucks. But but yeah, so I can listen to that old stuff because I don't want to say it's classic, but I sure would prefer to call it classic than the stuff out now, because at least something should be at least 10 years old before it's called a classic. It can be called good and it can be called contemporary, but I think it needs some time before it can be called a classic. That's me.
I agree with you, man. But
Yeah.
like I said, I didn't get into Kiss. I like Dr.
Yeah.
Love. I did, but I didn't go out looking for them. They weren't in my wheelhouse back then. I was
Yeah.
like into Def Leppard and like in all these other bands, Dokken and Van Halen with Sammy, with David, whatever they were. I liked Van Halen. I liked fucking The Cure, Depeche Mode. I was in a lot of alternative psychedelic furs, all this different kinds of
Yeah.
shit, because I had radio stations out here in Southern California like K-Rock, KMET left, KLOS after that, that played a variety of music that was
Yeah.
different that I think you get like the Midwest or something like that, where they only focus on one type of music. And then we had
Yeah.
this fucking stupid station that came out in fucking 80s called fucking Power 106. And now they're just a hip hop station now. But back then they were
Ew.
playing like fucking Cover Girls and fucking Stacy Q, fucking shit.
Ew.
Like, yeah, I don't know. It's like crap. And I would have to listen to that in a van going to fucking after school counseling because I was nuts.
Um, I hate to say it, but I did buy albums by Expose, and I bought the first album by the Cover Girls just because
They're hot.
I thought they were nice looking, and I
Hey,
thought,
Expose is pretty good though.
yeah, I did kind of like they did an album called What You Don't Know, which I actually kind of liked. The Cover Girls did one song that sounded kind of like the Shangri-La's. It was kind of like a 50s, almost like a Then She Kissed Me type of song that was kind of cool.
Do you
But
like the version of Kiss doing And She Kissed Me?
I don't love it, but I know a lot worse songs, but but that they've done. But yeah, the Cover Girls had at least one song that I liked, but I I was like, I don't need to get another one. And I got In Vogue because
In Vogue
I
is
heard,
great though. They got great voices.
yeah, but I mean, I heard one song that I liked, but just on the album, I mean, I'll have to hear it on digital, but on the album, the mixing, it just sounded stiff. It didn't sound. I mean, I I heard other stuff that I do like, but the only thing is that on vinyl, it didn't really translate well. They were more of a group that I think that needed a CD. It's like Daniel Peaston. Daniel Peaston is a soul singer who I saw on a show. I think it was Arsenio Hall, and I
I
loved
miss
it.
Arsenio Hall.
Yeah. Daniel Peaston was a good singer. He was kind of overweight, and he didn't look like the kind of guy who would be a star. He looked maybe a little bit too overweight for some people's taste. Maybe that possibly could have been why he didn't make it, but his voice was really good, and I just liked his singing. But on the album, the at least on the vinyl, the production was a bit stiff, and maybe now if I hear it on streaming, it'll sound better because it's digital. But it didn't translate well on vinyl because it it just didn't sound right. It sounded brittle, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's like when they brick wall things and you turn it up, it's sounds
Yeah.
like white noise. Fucking horrible. Oh man,
Yeah. One thing I was. Oh,
okay.
go on.
I was gonna talk about Crazy Nights. You know, that's one Kiss CD I don't have, but I could imagine them when they were on tour doing that album, and then Paul Stanley goes, "Okay, you guys want to hear some crazy nights?"
That's
And
about
everybody
right.
Everybody goes, "Woo!" And then they walk out and go to the restroom.
That's about right. I would say if you had like a store, or no, if you had a next door neighbor who threw out all of his CDs and he asked you, if you want any of them, please take them. And 9 out of 10 were CDs that you wanted. And he said, I just think that you should get all 10. And the 10th one is Crazy Nights. I think in order to get the 9 CDs you want, you might as well also get Crazy Nights too and listen to it, because at least there's going to be a couple of good songs on it. And then you didn't even have to buy it. You got it because you were getting a bunch of other CDs that you liked. That I think would be a good deal. Or if back in the day there was a store in our neighborhood, in the other town, that they had the guy owned a record store and a pizza place. And sometimes they had a thing where if you got a coupon from the other store that they didn't own, you know, like a credit slip, like if you had like a credit slip from the other store and you used it at their store, they'd also give you a free slice of pizza. You know, is it because they wanted to take business away from the other store? So I sometimes did that. So it's like if you were able to get, if they said, if you take our copy free of Crazy Nights, we'll also give you a free slice of pizza. I think that would be a good deal.
I would take that shit. And
Yeah.
plus, I like some songs on Crazy Nights. I have it on digital. I don't have it on CD.
Yeah.
Fucking, you know what? CD's funny. I think I mentioned this on the podcast. My dog, I didn't even open it yet. Freaking chewed up fucking Dynasty, the disco album by Kiss, and I was like, "Fucking socks! You picked the right album to chew because the other Kiss albums I like better." But you know, Dynasty isn't like, really that bad.
I was made for getting chewed, baby. Your teeth came right onto me. My master couldn't shove me away. What now will he do with me?
The next the next podcast, the next fucking video, I'm gonna break it out and show you the chewed marks on it. The CD is okay though, but
yeah,
I just need to find it. I don't have shit in alphabetical order anymore. It's like it just went shitty.
Yeah, if you can wait just one quick, tiny second. I'm going to take a swig, and then I'm going to tell you the other thing about Kiss that I wanted to say. 1 minute.
Hold on. How was that vodka, Lee?
It did the trick.
I got this special whiskey. It's called Game of Thrones Limited Edition, House of Targaryen, Fire and Blood, Cardew Gold Reserve Single Malt Scotch Whiskey.
That sounds pretty good.
It's got a smoky flavor to
Yeah,
it. It's pretty damn good. It's fucking, I like it, man. It's too bad it's limited because shit, I'd buy a case of this.
That's hip. I like vodka too. In the store where I get whiskey too, but in the store where I get the whiskey right now, the cheapest half pint is almost like $9, as opposed to only $2.50 for vodka. So I'm going with money wise. There's another store I could probably get a $3 whiskey. It's just that I don't want to walk the 10 extra blocks, but I should.
I see why you need a freaking chaser with vodka. It's so it's like drinking rubbing alcohol to me. I don't like it, man. But I don't even use a chaser, dude. I just look my Mickey Mouse glass.
Yeah, I prefer, my favorite, if I could get it, is cognac.
Never tried cognac. That's also
It's,
Russian.
some people don't like it.
You know what? I love fucking French fries and mashed potatoes and baked potatoes, twice baked potatoes, and fucking I don't know why I don't like vodka. It's made from potatoes, right?
Do you like brandy?
I haven't tried brandy.
Do you like wine?
Yes, I like wine.
Okay, well, brandy is kind of like a hard alcohol wine, and vinegar. No, I'm not vinegar, but cognac is sort of like if they put some smoky flavor in the brandy. So it's an acquired taste, but
you know what I don't like?
I did
peppermint schnapps. That shit makes me as a kid, man.
Wow.
We took the peppermint schnapps. Peach schnapps is okay
them,
though.
But they're not. I like them, but I purposefully avoid drinking them usually because I'm gonna be laying down on the floor for about 8 hours.
Exactly. I blacked out on peppermint schnapps, dude.
It's like
I told my best friend whose boyfriend was right there.
Good, but it's very, very potent.
They told me
I only will take I'll maybe once every 5 years. I might get it once just because of the flavor. And then after I drink it, I go, now I know why I only get it every 5 years. But the thing is now with Kiss, the first time I saw a Kiss album, it was Dress to Kill. And I was about 8 years old. And I swear to you, right on. I actually thought that was their actual faces. I thought they were maybe deformed and had weird skin pigmentation and that they looked like that, or that they were some kind of freakish ethnicity that had black and white look on them. I mean, I was freaked out. I was like, I don't know what this is. I don't know why they look this freakish, but I was kind of afraid of dealing with it. I was like, this is weird. And then I was a little bit older, and I got a K-Tel album, and it had the picture of Rock and Roll Over.
K-Tel albums. I
Huh?
never bought one because I didn't like albums that just had. I wanted full albums by a band, not like a bunch of
Yeah,
different songs.
but I mean, back then they were like $2.99, $3.99,
At
and
Kmart.
it was just you could go into your 7-Eleven and buy them.
Yeah.
And so back then,
I remember when I got fucking Ozzy, the first album was Zach. What was that fucking album? Fucking with Crazy Babies on it. Fucking little, whatever that album was, man. People are gonna laugh at me right now because I'm a little buzzed. But the album Crazy Babies was only like $1 at a fucking truck stop, and I took it.
That's cool. But anyway, yeah. So I also got Head On by Bachman Turner Overdrive at 7-Eleven. So, but anyway, the thing is, I was about 6, almost 7, or around that age when I got my first K-Tel album. So
your voice went a little low.
I didn't know a lot about groups. I was just a young kid, so this was a way for me to get at least a song or two from each group, and then later, maybe if I saw one of their albums, I could get it. So for me, it was the alternative to listening to the radio. All right. So anyway, I was about 6 or 7 when I got the K-Tel album, because I didn't know a lot about groups. So what I did was, it was an alternative to listening to the radio. So later I got another K-Tel album, and it had a song by Kiss, and it was Rock and Roll All Night. I was afraid to hear it because I thought that they were still, born that way with that weird makeup. But then I took a chance and I put it on, and when I heard the song and it was normal, I then realized that it must have been makeup. But it was like, I was maybe kind of, I don't know what the word was, but naive. Like I didn't, like I thought to myself, why do these people look like this, without thinking they probably wear makeup. But anyway, after I heard Rock and Roll All Night, I then looked for Kiss and looked for everything I could get.
Yeah, it's like with me, somebody put that Iron Maiden Number of the Beast in my face, and it fucking scared the shit out of me. I didn't want to listen to them. I thought they were devil worshippers, blah blah blah. And then fucking like 19, I got into Iron Maiden and Judas Priest late. So 1987, my friend puts on Power Slave. I go, who's this? This is like lyrics about history and freaking fantasy. This is great. He goes, this is Iron Maiden. I go, they're talking about World War II. They're talking about fucking like the freaking Odyssey. They're talking about stuff that's not devil. And then I went back and listened to Number of the Beast. They're saying worship. They're saying verses from Revelations. There's nothing wrong with that. What they did, the album cover scared the shit out of me because I'm a Christian. I still am a Christian, and I thought if I listened to them, I was gonna. There was these pastors that did a thing called Why Not Rock, kind of brainwashed me back as a kid. I listened to it. They were going off on John Mellencamp talking about Hurt So Good because they're talking about he's having sex. You shouldn't be listening to that. Blah, blah. And they fucking brainwashed me on a lot of shit. Motley Crue. I used to have Motley Crue posters all over my wall. After I listened to that, I tore down all the Motley Crue posters and fucking stopped listening to them. And a year later, I go, I'm fucking stupid. I started listening to them again. It's like, fuck. It's like, I have God in me. I don't need, the music isn't going to turn me away from God.
That's the point that I want to make. Yeah. Is if you feel within yourself and you identify with what you know about God and Christ, that doesn't mean that everybody who talks about God or talks about Christ is someone to listen to. It means that some people get stuff wrong, just like with like politics. There could be people could like Republicans, people could like Democrats, but if someone says something that's not right, it's because of the person. It's not because of the religion. It's because someone's a bad apple and you don't listen to bad apples.
I'm not going to bring religion and the Bible into this.
That's thing. All I want to say. Is like,
I'm just saying.
All I want to say is if you have beliefs, it should be because of the belief, not because of idiots. That's all I want to say. Yeah,
there's a lot of idiots out there, and the Bible warns you about idiots, so that's about it. But the thing is, I started listening to the music, and you need to look into things before you think. Just because the book shows you a demon on it doesn't mean they're talking about demons. Doesn't mean they're talking, because demons are fucking real. I don't fool with that shit. I don't fool with a Ouija board or shit like that. But fucking the reason I don't like Slayer is because I don't like Tom's voice. That's simple as that. The music is awesome. I'll give you. I don't like King Diamond. Why? I don't like his voice. He's not going to make me believe in Satan. He's not going to make me believe in it, because I already have my faith. These bands are not going to take me away from this. If they have good music, they're good music. But if they don't have the voice I like, I can't listen to it. We're going to do an album tonight that you probably don't like. I don't want you to say anything about it, but you're probably not going to like it, but I like it.
All I'm going to say is just a little tiny bit of a teaser that the more I tried listening to it after getting a little bit of a drink, the more I was like, okay, maybe I'll give it more of a chance. That's all I want to say.
Okay. Well,
but what I want to say is
that's one of my favorite bands. And that band, Suicidal Tendencies, their first album scared the shit out of me with "I Shot Reagan, I'll do it again and again and again," But then when I go back and listen to it, like they have Suicide's Alternative, Institutionalized. They have songs that are freaking have meaning and thought to them. They're not stupid.
Yeah.
It's like
what I want
you
to
listen
say
to
is that
let me finish first. But then you have bands like, what's that band? Fucking the English band that fucking everybody likes, the punk band. The fucking with the dude who shot his girlfriend.
Oh shit.
I just had it in my head, man. Anarchy in the UK.
Oh, Sex Pistols.
Their lyrics are freaking stupid. To me, I've listened to their shit. Suicidal Tendencies is far above them to me. And they only made one good album. And they got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame sucks. We all know that. But they got into, and they were inspired by the fucking Ramones. And the Ramones were much better than them. It's just my opinion. But go to the thought you were going to say, Lee?
Oh, first of all, I disagree. I mean, I don't think that the Sex Pistols album is a complete classic, but I think that Johnny Rotten's lyrics were pretty cool. And
well, John Lydon's a very intelligent guy if you hear him speak.
And I don't like, and I hardly like anything the Ramones did, only because it sounds too much like heavy metal romper room. Like, oh, you're gonna put your foot up in the air. Oh, you're gonna put your foot up in the air. Oh. I mean,
hey,
it's not like,
let's go.
It's just,
dude, it's fun music.
It just sounds
serious.
Like da 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 da. That's the name of my song. Da da da.
It's like Poison. It's like Poison. Poison isn't serious. They're just fucking take a break, have a drink, fucking rock out, man. That's what it is.
I
You know,
prefer Poison to the Ramones.
if I want to hear serious music, I'll fucking listen to Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. I'll listen to Ohio. I'll listen to shit like that. I'll listen to some old Jefferson Airplane. You know, I'll listen to some fucking Pink Floyd if I want serious shit. But when I want to fucking relax and fucking just fucking not think, I'll listen to Poison, the Ramones, fucking Suicidal Tendencies.
It's
Makes me
better to
think,
listen
though.
to my music if you want to listen to stupid shit.
Your shit ain't stupid though. You have more fucking intelligence than fucking the Sex Pistols did. Jeez,
well,
Louise.
My point that I wanted to make was groups like Slayer and King Diamond, even though I can enjoy and listen to them. Their Slayer was just goofing around when they talked about the devil. They were just doing it to shock the shell of people.
Hey, I love Dave Lombardo. He's a fucking kick-ass drummer, and he's also in Suicidal Tendencies now. So
King Diamond.
Jeff Hanneman was a great guitar player too.
Yeah, well, King Diamond is into that religion, and so
he's non-religious. He says,
"Yeah, but he believes in the devil or some." But anyway,
well, the devil is real. Come on, shit.
No, not really. But anyway,
I'm not laughing at you.
Huh?
I wasn't laughing at your comment. I was just saying, yeah, the devil is real. And you said not really. It just made me laugh.
No.
Nothing but.
Yeah, but he no, there really isn't. It's some that was manifested by man in order to compensate for their psychological health because they feel guilt. But beyond, but that's just my opinion. You can think your thing, I can think my thing. But all I want to say is, for anyone who goes into that negative energy and reality and thought, is usually someone who I don't want to listen to the music. If someone was into, even if someone didn't kill people, if someone believed that they should kill people and that their music was about that, I wouldn't want to listen to it, regardless of if the person was a peaceful guy or if the guy helped people. I mean, unless it was a joke. But I mean, if it wasn't a joke, I mean, there's only so much you can listen to, and it's better to have positive energy to listen to than negative. And even if it's something I don't believe in, if it's negative, I don't like to hear it. I like to hear it if it's at least positive. So that's my point. So I did listen to some King Diamond because he wasn't talking about his beliefs. He was just doing music. And Slayer, they would just sing shit just to be funny. So I can understand that. But generally, I don't like to listen to groups like that.
Yeah, me too. I like to hear something that's fun. If I like Leonard Skinner, man. They talk about issues. Yeah. But they're not fucking driving it into your fucking head, you know. They're not fucking trying to brainwash you. You know, I like Poison. I like the Cars. The Cars are very intelligent. I like shit like Duran Duran. Duran Duran is fucking amazing to me. Fucking John Taylor could fucking pump that bass, man. Andy Taylor is a fucking great guitarist. He doesn't get enough credit. And fucking Nick Rhodes, that's your thing right there, the keyboards. He doesn't overdo the keyboards, you know. He fucking plays it within the song, and he's fucking amazing. It's like fucking, I love bands I love Arcadia, I love Power Station. Fucking Robert Palmer is amazing. We haven't done a Robert Palmer album. Fuck, I love Robert Palmer. What a great voice that guy had, man. Fuck, it's like, I love Metallica, except for Saint Anger. You know, they write some good shit. I love lyrics. You know, I'm into the lyrics or more into the music. But the lyrics and the vocals have to be there for me. It has to have a groove. Megadeth, Dave Mustaine doesn't have the best voice, but he goes with the song and it rules, you know?
Yeah. I mean, some of what you like, I wonder about, but you might think the same way about me.
You
It's
know.
because even though it's only 5 years of difference between us, it's almost like 50 years.
It
Because
kind of
within
is sometimes.
5 years, music changed so much. You can hear me?
Yeah, that's true, man. We're like
I
5
can't
years.
hear you.
You
So
can't hear me?
let's put back. I just had to put it on one thing and the other. Okay.
All right, man. But there's some things that you don't like Def Leppard after Pyromania. Pyromania. I love Pyromania. And I put a thing up on our podcast page and the RMCP podcast page. I think people want bands to stay the same. They want Def Leppard to be high and dry and just keep doing high and dry copies until they die. But if you listen to albums like Euphoria, their last album, there's layers and they still have elements of high and dry in their albums, but people don't give them credit. They think they're pop. But the thing is, Joe Elliott came from glam 70s like T-Rex and fucking Mott and Hoople. He's using his influences, and I think they're just as good as High and Dry. High and Dry is a fucking great album. Don't get me wrong. So is Pyromania. So is Hysteria. I like their newer stuff just as much, except for songs from the Sparkle Lounge, which sucks. But fuck, people just get into it. They think they're bland and shit, but they're not listening to the layers they add to their music. They're actually more intelligent than they were with let it rock, let it go, let it rock, what? Let it go. Now they're like living on a paper sun. It's like it's so much better. I think they evolved.
I like how you describe it. You described it well. You described it like how I would describe it if I agreed with you.
I think you need to listen to the last album, man. They have a song under that kind of sounds like "We Will Rock You." It's got, it goes, he said, it's just like it was like fucking what's that? Fuck, another one bites the dust, but they freaking, it's like
Queen.
It's fucking, it's so melodic. It's like Vivian Campbell said, I got this job not because of my guitaring, because of I could blend with them and do harmonies. They have such great fucking 60s, 70s fucking glam fucking harmonies, like T-Rex. It's just amazing.
Vivian Campbell is one of those guitarists who I respect, even though I have not yet heard anything by him that I really like.
You don't like Dio?
I don't dislike it, but I mean, he's kind of like, I prefer George Lynch, and even him, I don't even like Dawkins much.
Oh, I love the harmonies in Dawkins. I love in my dreams, it's still the same. Your love is strong, it still remains. Fucking.
The first time that I heard that song, I was like, the music's pretty good, but who's this femme guy doing these weak vocals?
Dude,
it just doesn't sound right.
But aren't you a huge Beatles fan? They have the same harmonies as the Beatles.
But they had music that matched.
But so did Dawkins. Fucking It's Not Love. When Lightning Strikes Again. Fucking Alone Again. Oh my God. Fucking, and then there's freaking, I just love fucking Dawkins. I wish Don could sing like he used to, but nobody can, man. But fuck, man. I love harmonies. I love fucking Thunder. Thunder has a great harmonies also. And they're a band we haven't reviewed yet, which I want to do. That's probably going to be my next album after yours. But
what if let's say you were at a bar and there was a guy who was a tall guy, you know, no hair, beefy. He had a big beard and mustache, wearing leather, and gloves with those metal spikes, and he saw you, and he went up to you slowly, and he said, "You and me have to go outside to talk." That's how I'm like with Dawkins.
Oh man, I would go, okay, I'll come outside the dark.
And then when you went outside, he went, "I just wanted to tell you that you scare me." You know,
He has
that's how I
Rob
feel.
Rob Halford metal spikes all over him, and he's like, "You scare me." It's like, hey, me and my wife went into a bar, and they have this jukebox where you could like you pay for credits on your phone, and they were playing some shit music in there. We put on 2112 Overture, and the whole bar went nuts. They loved it. I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I fucking they were playing country shit, and I put on 2112, and everybody's going, dum, 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 dum. It's like, yeah. It was like, fuck. I fucking got this bar alive, man.
Well, in Petaluma, no, in Point Reyes Station, there's a bar where everybody is an old cowboy, 90 years old, and they just sit there and drink their beer and don't do much, you know, and talk about when the woodpecker went and, you know, landed on the sidewalk, and that's all they ever talk about. And the bartender is a waitress who's like looks older than anyone's grandma, and they're like, "Hi, honey, what do you want tonight? Beer." "All right, honey," and that's it. But you know, if someone played progressive rock, they would just go, and then they would just continue talking about woodpeckers. They wouldn't care.
Yeah, it's just funny because that bar is like fucking rock bar. They have rock bands playing, but they were playing country music in there because people were picking country songs. I picked Led Zeppelin, I picked 2112 Overture, I picked all this rock song, and they went nuts for it. They were like happy that I fucking picked that shit. And I was like, fucking, why aren't you guys picking this shit?
A really, really stupid group of people.
It must be, man, because they were picking fucking Waylon Jennings and fucking. I love Waylon Jennings, but fuck, it's a rock bar, man. Why am I coming here listening to country? Fuck. I was like, shit. I love Waylon Jennings, man. And happy birthday to John Snyder from the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Fucking well, let's end this and have some more. I just want to say that I might be going to work soon, so. The podcast will still be on Fridays because we have so many coming out, and Lee's pissed off because Tarkus isn't out yet. But I've offered.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm still. It was like 8 weeks ago. I asked when it was coming out, and you said in 4 weeks. And now it's another fucking 4 weeks.
I told you I'd move it up to next Friday, and you said it's okay.
But that doesn't mean you should move it further away because I said no.
I didn't move it further away. I just took a guess. But you know, we recorded the month of Brian, you know, in January, and that pushed everything back.
Oh, fuck that shit. Eliminate those shit.
We already did all his podcasts. They're done.
Yeah, and they're already up now.
And his already came out that you picked. Remember, you took some band. I forgot what it was. It was a good band, but I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. So James, I'm the bitch.
James West is complaining about Badlands. I go, man, it comes in order. If I move Badlands up, Lee's gonna fucking give me a shit. It's like, fuck. I'm not.
Well, at least you're not pissing only me off. So that's a little bit better.
It's not like we used to have like fucking this COVID shit. We recorded so many episodes that they're in line to come out. You know, it's not like when I go back to, maybe we should wait a few weeks and not record any, and then we'll just catch up and do fresh episodes again. But I like having episodes in the thing in case I go on vacation. You know, shit happens.
Yeah.
We'll always have a podcast out on Friday. These videos might be out maybe whenever on Saturday and Sunday, whenever when I go back to work, I don't know how the days off are going to go because they laid off a lot of people. I'm furloughed, so I'll be coming back, but they don't have those extra people to give extra days off anymore. So I don't know if I'll get my same days off.
How about if you don't get your job back until after Tarkus comes up? That would make me feel good.
I'm hoping I go back in May. I don't want to go or August.
Well, it's going to be up in June.
No, it's April 30th.
That's what you say now.
No, I looked at it. It says April 30th. I went to the thing and looked at it.
Did a pigeon fly down and give you a piece of paper?
Told you I would have switched. Next week is your pick. I would have switched that pick for that pick. I could still do it, man.
You looked at the tea leaves in your tea and it said, it's coming up on April 30.
No, I go to fucking Podbean and it tells me what day it's going to be released. It's future episodes.
So you don't make up your mind.
No, I go in order.
Podbean spirit when it should come up.
No, they're going in the order of recording.
Sorry. I know. I'm just saying it that I don't ever go in order. As far as I'm concerned.
Hey, you want me to move that shit up? It'll be out next Friday.
I do order. I mean, it's up to you.
It's up to you. You're 50-50. You want it moved up? I'll move it up and move your mock tutor back to the 30th. That's the next one.
That would be okay if you wanted to do it.
I'll do it. I'll put it on the 18th next week, man. I'll do it right now after we're done recording.
And for that, I don't make promises, but I will promise you I will listen to that whole album that we're going to review tonight. I will listen to every song all the way through. Okay?
All right. Thank you, man.
Thank you, man.
That was our freeform rock.
You're good. In fact, I am going to praise you by picking at least 3 albums in my next pick that you will like.
All right, man. You picked a lot of albums I like, so.
But this will be on purpose.
All right, man. Well, that's our Freeform Rock podcast for this Friday. Go ahead and subscribe to our page. There's a link down there. Subscribe to us. Share this. Say hi to us. Post on our Freeform Rock podcast group. Post your favorite songs, post your videos, post requests for us to do episodes. Somebody wanted us to do a Tracy Chapman episode. Do you like Tracy Chapman?
Oh, God.
I guess that's a no, dude. Sorry, man. I like Fast Car. That's about it. But I don't know anything else of hers. You should go look at the comments on YouTube.
Me vomit to hear it.
All right. Well, she's not one of my favorites, but somebody asked us to do it, and it's not my wheelhouse.
I don't want to hear any other requests that person made, whoever it was.
All right. Now we lost a subscriber. Now we're down to 80.
Oh, fine with me.
I want to get 1,000 subscribers, man. I want some
1,000 good people.
All right.
Not 1,000 monkey idiots.
All right. Well, I hope you're not a monkey. All right, man. Let's say goodbye.
I hope I'm not a monkey either.
Let's say goodbye, Lee.
Bye.
All right, got it. Can you send me the notes for this?
Sure. I'll send you the notes within about 5 minutes.
I'm gonna put a thumbnail on it of Kiss because we talked a lot about Kiss. All right.
That's fine. Okay,
right.
It'll be about 5 minutes.
All right, bye.
I might get something else to drink first, and then I might do the notes. So it might be 10 minutes.
All right, thank you, man.
All right, bye.
Bye.